Welcome back. We are going to try music today and see how this works, how loud this is going to be. So yell at me, tell me it's good. If, is that too loud? Like I just want like a little background. I think that's fine. Like for me, that's fine. If that's loud for you guys, let me know. All right, yeah. So let's go to news. Um, and like I said, yell at me if I need to make my mic louder, if I need to make the music softer, what it is. Uh, but yeah, like Jordan James broke his finger. We had Jaden Blue getting carted off. No news on that. Uh, Jordan James is getting surgery and is out, quote, a couple of weeks. So that is what it is. Isaac Orendo back, I guess. So yeah, there is definitely that. Yeah, it's definitely carted off season. Like it was the classic. He got carted off. He got back to the facility and he walked in. Like he. That's all I heard. I don't know. We're gonna actually turn this down a little bit. I just want a little bit of noise. But anyway, I'm going to be entering an MMG after, yeah, Jaden Blue. Yep. Uh, and I will be entering an MMG in 10 seconds. I definitely want to get this tournament maxed. There are some other things going on, and like I made a couple pick'ems. So if you guys want, you can see what those are. Um, I need to turn off. Need to just close down Discord because the one thing that I can't do is hear sounds. My ADHD absolutely kills me. If I hear like notifications, I have to turn all notifications on everything off, or I can't focus on anything. So there is a new board. It actually looks pretty clean. Um, the problem is that for this, it's gonna have to look like that. Um, not sure if that looks better, but all right. So we got the 107. Like, I don't like how it's 1.7 and it's not just the pick number. I like the actual pick numbers. Yeah, I am absolutely not a fan of that at all. Um, but we got Hulk Smash in the 6. We got the 7. And I think that's it. We will be doing a Drafters Superflex after this as Draft 2. While we are here, I'm going to try to figure out how to. Yeah, I don't know. Like, so I could just bring up, like, after this draft what I decided to bet on for the preseason. If you guys care, I'm not a professional gambler at all. It's mostly just bag defending. Like to be 100% honest, that's all I'm doing. It's a bunch of Damian Martinez bets. If you know me, you know like I think it's a good thesis though. He is listed as the RB3. I highly doubt they use a lot of. We got CMC at the 104. Uh, so, like, I'm assuming he's going to be in there with Jalen Milrow. He'll have open rushing lanes. We'll take Saquon of 7. Yeah. Get a rare Saquon share. So we Yeah, so like the thesis is that Damian Martinez is listed as the RB3 already. We assume that they're not going to have Kenneth Walker out there due that he's been hurt. Jalen Milroe is supposed to play a bit, and if Martinez, like the coaches did say that he looks a lot better in pads, so I bet they want to see what he looks like in the game, right? Because that's I'm not sure if McIntosh is hurt. I kind of looked through the depth charts yesterday just to see where he was at before I placed my bet. Depth chart on them is he's not even McIntosh isn't even on the team. So maybe he is hurt. By the way, if you just popped in, please smash the like for me. We got 13 watching. We got 4 likes. We're better than that. Yeah, so we're just going to take the highest ADP player here. Hopefully it's Drake London. It is not. So I don't actually get a unique pairing here. That sucks. That sucks a lot. Other news that is a little different. We'll just have the big bet on Philadelphia here. Chargers left tackle got hurt as well. Haven't seen any news on how bad it's going to be or any of that. I did a draft at like 8 a.m. this morning, nothing. And today I just did one about an hour ago and this was here. I like the change other than they went to pick number instead of overall number. Like that's a gigantic negative. You can keep that. Just put the pick number where it was before. Like you didn't need to remove the pick number at all. Like the pick number never needed to change. You could keep everything else. The pick number can be static. It does make sense with the fact that they went to this board though now, because this looks very clean. Like it does look a lot better overall. I've always hated the 2.6, 2. Whatever. Like that just it drives me crazy. Yeah. So, but Ladd probably falls now for sure with Mekhi Becton getting hurt. If it's serious, it's really bad for the offense as a whole. Man, I would love Trey McBride here. But Hulk Smash is a smart guy. He'll take Trey. So, I mean, what's Hulk going to do here? He took Josh Allen. So, we're going to do something very, very weird. We're going to start 1-1-1-1 most likely. If we don't get Jalen Hurts there, like I am not upset. But I think this team is one of those. Actually, I'll probably actually take a receiver instead of Jalen Hurts. Let me look and see where we're at on the A.J. Brown. Actually, I can't. I got to turn this music off. I thought I might like it. I'm not in the mood to listen to the music at the moment. Sorry, guys. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go Hurts. The 1-1-1-1 start is weird, but I didn't get the unique piece here with London, but the getting Saquon A.J. Brown with McBride has to be unique. It's literally my ADHD. Like I really do struggle with music. Whenever I played music originally, like a long time ago on my stream, I actually muted, like I turned my sound off, and I didn't hear it. So that's why I would ask you guys if you liked it or not, because I had no idea. Yeah, there was also news on the Judkins thing today. Uh, yeah, we'll go Big Eagles here. It feels fine. Yeah, there is. What exactly was the Judkins news? I don't want to misquote it. Basically, nothing's been filed yet. Uh, so, like, some people are saying that, like, it's very bullish for him to be able to play this year. Other people are saying it's not bullish for him to be able to play this year. Uh, so, who got hurt today was Mekhi Becton, Chargers left tackle. No idea how bad that one is. That's a gigantic one. Jaden Blue went in, like, he got carted off, walked into the facility by himself. Jordan James broke his finger. Uh, that's all that I've seen. If I've missed something, let me know. How are your dinger teams doing, Justin? Uh, mine are not doing good. I basically have only had one pitcher out of my two advancing teams go yet, so I'm down like 100 points in both of them. Both of them have two players that went out for the rest of the season, like 2 weeks ago, like a week or two ago. So it doesn't look good. I think he basically deferred. Yeah. Well, so like that's it. It is or it isn't, right? Like he deferred it till next year, right? But like that's exactly what Rashee Rice done. But Rashee Rice's wasn't a domestic dispute, so like we'll see what happens. Yeah, it is bearish for his career. Um, that's awesome. Yeah, I could bring my teams up there. I don't know anything about baseball, so I was just happy to have one advance. Um, I have a the Skeens pitch tonight because I have a Skeens um, team that is through. It is not a big. I mean, hey, welcome, Gritty. We'll see. We'll see if it's AJ Dillon or Will Shipley. I actually bet the over on Will Shipley tonight for fantasy points. Um, or not for fantasy points. It was 27 yards. Um, I think I just pulled Diggs up here. This is a very interesting team. Diggs, Harvey. I I generally whenever I get Saquon Barkley because I don't get a lot of them, I tend to go extreme hero RB with them unless I get a nice fall. So through 7, we got Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, AJ Brown, Travis Hunter, Steph Diggs, and Trey McBride. Got a little bit of a fall on Trey. Got a little bit of a fall at Saquon at 7. What does everybody in the chat think about the new look? I I love the look overall. The pick number versus this not being pick 60 and it being 5.12 drives me nuts. So hopefully that can get corrected, but or at least added. Like if both of them are there, that's fine. Remember, it's a 2-week playoffs, right? But like if I have somebody who doesn't have a start yet, they're probably not going to get 2 starts in this period, which is really bad for the 2 weeks, right? Um, so that's kind of my thought on it. I don't know who the other one is, but like I've got a pretty big like bull stand on the Chargers offense this year. But if they like, I'm backing off. Like I'm backing off until we hear anything about Rashawn Slater. Like I'm not going to continue to bet that with him possibly being hurt. Like, I'm not doing it. I mean, this is a nice little fall on David Montgomery, so I will take that. I know I just said I usually go extreme hero, but I will take the ADP fall there. I like David Montgomery. I don't get to him that often. I only got like 5%. I do like him. I just, all the players that I generally take over him now go ahead of him once again. So, like, Khalil Shakir, Coach Speak Index today said they do expect him to be ready for week 1. So, and he's worked through the same injury before. So maybe they're just being a little cautious with him. So that is good news for him. There was a clip of Keon Coleman like running a route really bad, jumping before the ball gets there. He ran it like it didn't look good. He jumped in the air for no reason in the middle of the route. It was a pretty bad look. I'm not going to do that one for one reason only, and it's because it mixes your exposures up. It's fun. Like I done a couple of them last year. It was fun, but yeah, if I had the money to be able to do unlimited contest, I would absolutely be smashing it. Gore and Sandy hurt you. They have 2 starts. Okay. Keon is a silly guy. Like he really is. News on Caleb dropping. He just hasn't looked good at camp. They're like Ben Johnson's offense, like it's. I mean, I will absolutely take Jade. Like I almost took Jaden Higgins. Like if I didn't take Demont, I was actually going to pull up Jaden Higgins. So that is fantastic. So back to this, like that offense is going to be hard to learn. Like we know that. So he's probably not going to look great at least for a while. And I wasn't a big Caleb believer going into the draft last year. I know that's a very small portion of people. I was all 3, Bo Nix, Drake May, and Jaden Daniels over him. I was also out on Michael Penix. That one I think I'm almost definitely wrong on Penix. I will admit that already. And yeah, it's quotes about him learning how to play under center sound like it teaching a kid how to play quarterback for the first time. Like he's always kind of relied on a little bit of athleticism to get him open and pure arm talent and not mechanics. And part of the thesis on him, from what I heard people saying, and maybe I read it wrong, Steve's better at evaluating than I am. I think I'm good, but I think Steve is better. His mechanics were never great. It was always he has physical skills, and if those skills could get honed, he could be one of the best quarterbacks in the league. It was never he's a finished kind of product thing. It was always he performed well, but he has a lot of tools that could be expanded on. That's how I always read that situation. All right, so right here, I don't love, like I love Mark Andrews at this spot, but I can just be done at tight end here. Like I'm fine with that. I think he is underpriced. I don't love this part of the draft. If I don't have, like, there's a couple players I like there, but not a lot. I watched a lot of Lions games. Caleb just needs to hit slants in the middle of the field. The golf special. Yeah, so, and like people also they're the whole Bears offense thing, like DJ Moore's most likely getting carries. It's why Caleb gets the comp to Mahomes. Tools for days just need to be refined. Yeah, that's what I seen. I just and then he actually came out today and he was talking about that video that was going around 2 days ago where he had the practice thing. He said he and maybe somebody misquoted him, but it said that he it's a like it wasn't about the accuracy. It's a like it's just a quick release drill, and the accuracy didn't matter. And then he's like, "But I was just acting. I wasn't actually upset," which which is like the most bearish thing I could possibly hear. Like if he wasn't actually upset, like he sucks and he's not happy about and he doesn't care about it. Like to me, that's as bearish as it could be. Uh, and that he overacted on it. Like like there was something like that came out today, and I believe it was him that said it. So you can somebody look that up, and I'm probably wrong, but if that's true, that's very bad in my eyes. What's up, Jamie? Thank you for coming in. The Fantasy Expo. Is that the one at Cleveland? Uh, I'm not able to. The plan is if next year I get the YouTube thing to take off, I'll go then. This year it's not in the cards for me. And next year it would be one of those things I would actually be able to have like plan ahead. I wasn't sure if I would enjoy doing the YouTube thing, so I didn't plan the year around it. Next year, if things do start to head in a positive direction, I will absolutely go next year. And because I mean, it's like a 8-hour drive for me, so it's quite a ways away, and I am not a flyer. I would have to drive. The Bears probably ruined his luck. I mean, yeah, like that. Like they've done that 3 quarterbacks in a row, right? Like they draft a quarterback that with a regime that they fire the year that they draft after they draft him. Then a new coach comes in, and they keep that coach and allow them to draft a new guy. And then after 1 year of it not working out, they fire him. Like, so that's kind of wild. Yeah, I think that's a little too aggressive on him. I don't like I need to start taking more Ray Davis again. And this wide receiver range is pretty bad. So I'm going to go ahead and take Ray Davis. I'm done at running back until the last couple rounds. Like with this, I'm going to wait and I'm just going to take 2 upside rookies near the end of the draft. I do need to come back at wide receiver a little bit. My tight ends are done. My quarterbacks are done. So now I can just hit volume at wide receiver. Best case now is probably T-Law. Yeah. Yeah, right. Like that's kind of the career arc that's going on right now. Like he's got an offensive line there, and it's still very early. Like it could be fine. What I will say is when Caleb Williams is over here and Colston Loveland's still there, I double tap that every time. Like just on upside, like I've got it 2 or 3 times to where I take Colston Loveland when Caleb Williams is still on the board, as long as the other person doesn't have DJ Moore, and you just get like Colston Loveland, Caleb Williams for free. Like it feels pretty good. Yeah, we'll do the double stack. I'm still kind of a believer that this could work out. Maybe I'm wrong. And yeah, Keenan Allen already went. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that. Unqueue Tank Bigsby. And Steve, Justin shouting you out, asking if you want to do a big dog with them. So you guys can work that out. And speaking of Steve, we finalized the time next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern. That's the time that works best for both of us. We're going to go game by game and go through the preseason stuff, like the goal is to just go like what takeaways we have all together. We're gonna both watch all of the games, and then we're going to give our takes on what we think matters, what we think doesn't matter, because some of the stuff in preseason matters and some of it doesn't. So we're going to do that. I know that I plan on doing a weekly show, probably Mondays, when after during the NFL season. So I'm kind of wanting to couple the preseason thing into something like that eventually. So this is going to be like a little pregame on trying to set that up. So anybody who's interested in that or wants to just be around for the chat and see what an actual guy who knows what he's talking about and Steve thinks, like next Tuesday we'll be here. You like that idea, Covers? Thank you, sir. What's up, Squints? So for draft 2 today, we will be doing a super flex over on Drafters for anybody who cares. That will be the second draft today. I don't know if I'm going to want to do a third because the Drafters drafts usually take about an hour. If I think I can get it in before the start of the game, I will do another underdog draft. If I don't think I'll be able to, I'll probably just end the stream a little earlier today and relax a little bit, start my grill up, turn the games on. It's going to be a good day. So yeah, so the bets I made, I will, and I'm not recommending people to follow this. This is what somebody who's bag defending will do. This is what this is. I'm over here just living my best life. So the first one, and I locked this in last night. Taj Brooks over 31 rushing yards. I know Davis Maddox said the under on that. I think they want to make sure he's good. Like, yes, he's important, but like he also isn't the number one guy, and they want to make sure he can play well. So I took the over on that. I took the over on Damian Martinez, 23 and a half rushing yards. And then on Friday, I took Harold Fannin over 18 and a half and Tet McMillan over 16 and a half. I believe, like, I think they're going to force feed like the entire first drive to Tet McMillan. I would think it'd be crazy if they don't. Like, they don't want him to be out there long. So the times he's out there, they're going to want to apparently updating here was the wrong move. Guess we'll take Alec Pierce since I didn't have time to think about it. Yeah, we'll take Pierce. Pierce fits this team. So the team right now, a 2-3-7-2. We got Jalen Hurts. We got Drake May. We have Saquon, David Montgomery, and Ray Davis. So we got the bring back on the big Jalen Hurts stack. We got A.J. Brown, Travis Hunter, Steph Diggs, Jaden Higgins, the double stack with Kyle Williams, Romeo Doubs, Alec Pierce. So that's a very strong wide receiver room. Tight ends also very strong. Trey McBride, Mark Andrews. I probably gonna just end up 2-6-7-2. I don't know. I don't like. I feel like definitely adding 2 more RBs, and then probably have 2 spots to play with. So almost definitely 3 RBs, and then just a free spot. I feel probably an 8th wide receiver. I feel like Hurts and Drake May is awesome. And like, there's no way I need to add another tight end. So probably just go with the old 2-6-8-2. I haven't done that a lot this year. This team does feel really good. Yeah, so that was the first bet I made. The second bet I made was Adonai Mitchell higher than 15.5 yards. He's having a decently good camp. And in my opinion, if he catches a single pass, it's going to be 15 yards. Will Shipley over 28 and a half rushing yards. Sorry, Gritty. It's a big day for one of them. I will admit that. Don't want Shipley on this team. So I've been starting to take some Woody marks. Uh, Roshan Johnson's here though. I'm going to go ahead and take Roshan. Oh, apparently he's nursing a foot injury. What's that about? Not participating in practice. Status now looks uncertain for Sunday's preseason game against the Dolphins. All right. Good to know. So, like I said, we're going to take just rookie upside swings here. Most likely. And Brashard Smith, I think he got hurt today at practice too, but I don't think it was anything big. Sustaining the finger injury. We'll update into the severity of the finger heading into the preseason, but for now, they consider the rookie day to day. So that probably a jammed finger. That's not an official report. That's a guess. Yeah, I think adding Brashard Smith to this team or Taj Brooks or DJ Giddens, like all of those are good picks. Jarquez Hunter's still available. Look at that Woody Marks picture. Man, that gets you, doesn't that get you going? That Woody Marks picture? Look at that. That's fantastic. That makes me think I'm playing a video game on the Super Nintendo. Jalen Knoll, same thing. Look at that. Super Nintendo graphics. You got to love it. Yeah, like it brings me back to my days of playing Tecmo Bowl, Tecmo Super Bowl. It looks like an updated version of a Tecmo Super Bowl icon. Like that's some good stuff right there. Jack Best gets a real picture. Woody Marks needs to be upset. Jalen Knoll also no real picture. Guess you have to be I guess some third round picks get it and others don't. So sorry, Knoll. Sucks to be you, I guess. All right, we got. I mean, Roshan Johnson's still here though. Like, what wide receivers are left? Um, we're just gonna do that. I feel pretty good about the Brashard Smith thing right now. I think that the way to play this season, we're gonna look back and the way it's gonna be is to make sure you get some volume at running back early, like in the first 6 rounds. You make sure you have at least one guy, maybe 2 or 3 guys, but then to stop and then to hit the rookies late. Like I think there's going to be some major winners in the last, like from rounds 12 to 18 for the rookie class this year. So I that's kind of how I'm setting up most of my teams. Like Ray Davis, David Montgomery, and Saquon Barkley feel awesome, right? Like that feels really good. Now, if like Rico makes it back, I'll probably take Rico, but not doing any MMG. Not a fan of the 1 to 10 second round. Really, you you like the very top heavy tournaments though, right? Like like I kind of like the 1 of 10 second round. I think it's very reasonable. Yeah, it really does. And they play tonight, right? That was another one. I looked at the line thinking about uh the other line I was looking at is the under on Anthony Richardson's rushing. I assume that they want Richardson to be out there passing the ball this year or this week. They know he can rush. There's no reason for him to risk an injury of any sort. Like that's been a problem for him before. So like I have the over on his passing yards. I thought I did. Yeah, I thought I did. Apparently I don't. Um I think Rico down here is fine. Like I have the two guys for upside. Get another possible like if Chuba gets hurt, and he should have some. Yeah, I think the under on the Anthony Richardson rushing is smart. Uh, I thought I'd made a bet on that, but I haven't yet. So there is that. And we'll finish this draft out with a wide receiver. I've started taking some Torrey Horton. I've boosted Adonai Mitchell way up. Started taking a little bit of Josh Reynolds as well. Turpin's always my boy. I would have taken Booty here if I didn't take Kyle Williams. Troy Franklin gets some buzz now. I'm probably like, I do take a little bit of Deontay, but this isn't the kind of team. Like this team, I want upside. Like I don't want Adonai Mitchell because I have Pierce. I don't really want Savion because I have like I guess Savion and Dobbs kind of could play together really well. The Ray pick would be good. I think Torrey Horton's the pick I want here. Coker's and Turpin's still getting a lot of buzz. Obviously, a blown defensive side. Yeah, well, and I think that they probably are going to tell him to, if you do take off running, if somebody gets in your frame, just go down. Like just slide. Do not risk a hit. Like that's what I would do if I was them. Do not risk a hit at all. I think I want Josh Reynolds here, honestly. Like I have a little bit of volatility with Hunter, Higgins, and Kyle Williams, and Alec Pierce isn't really reliable either. So with AJ Brown, Steph Diggs, Dobbs, like adding Reynolds for a little bit of a floor for the bye weeks just in case kind of makes some sense. So the team right now and the finished product is a 2-6-8-2. We have Jalen Hurts and Drake May. Love the quarterbacks. Running backs, Saquon Barkley at 7, David Montgomery, Ray Davis, Woody Marks, Rashard Smith, Rico Dowdle at 199. I don't know, like people are starting to like taking the rookies. He should be way ahead of that. Wide receivers, A.J. Brown, Travis Hunter, Steph Diggs, Jaden Higgins, Kyle Williams, Dobbs, Pierce, and Josh Reynolds. We got the double stack there. We have the double stack Jalen Hurts, Saquon, and A.J. Brown. Then we also have Trey McBride and Mark Andrews. This is like with the way that all of these rooms feel strong. Like generally, I end a draft and I think that one of the rooms feels a little weak. I feel like every room here is strong. I don't know. Like maybe I just have some kind of an issue here, and maybe I'm wrong. And actually, since Hulk Smash is the only other person who made, I'll go through his team real quick. By the way, I'm entering the Drafters Superflex right now. I just entered. There are 10 more to go. Drafters Superflex is the next tournament. So he got a 3-6-7-2. He got a 10 pick discount on quarterback 3 with Josh Allen. I don't mind that, and a 10 pick discount on Jordan Love, like 14 pick. That I like that. Josh Allen, Jordan Love, Geno Smith, RBs, James Cook, Harvey, Tracy, Tootin, Braylon Allen, Hunter. I love fitting Braylon Allen in here. Like that's a very solid room. And you took the whole like both of us. You got Josh Allen, James Cook. I got Saquon and Hurts. It's pretty funny. CeeDee Lamb, Devonta Smith, Jaden Reed, Mooney, Ayuk, Bateman, and Slayton. I like Bateman and Slayton with the Ayuk and Mooney. You might struggle for the first 3 or 4 weeks, but feels pretty good. And then it's also a Bowers team with Jonnu. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I think we both have very strong teams. So we need 7 more. Hey, dude, it's fine. Like honestly, it probably helped me a little bit that you took him. Uh I have Devonta Smith still ranked at like 46. Um where is that? So I mean, Travis Hunter isn't that far different though. Like I would have taken Devonta Smith, but I have Devonta Smith well above DK Metcalf, well above Ridley, well above Waddle, well above Cortland Sutton. So like the fact that you got him there, you know it. You know that. So we need 7 more for a super flex on drafters. Also, if you want to max finals teams, you get more money than maxing. Yeah. Yeah, I really like the MMG structure is fantastic. Like it's 1 of 10 into 1 of 5. It's like comes out to being like a 17% chance to get to the finals. And if you get to the finals, you get to play for 30K. And so like you should advance. I'll do the math real quick. You should advance 8.33 teams through based on the 16.7% advance rate. So the 8.3, so you have an 83% chance. So, and then you got a 20% chance of the 83% to like, so you have basically 8.3 teams and you have 10 chances, right? So, yeah, so if you get your 8 teams through on average, you should have man, my mind's not working right now. So, an 83% chance, and then you multiply that or by the 0.2. So yeah, a 0.166 chance to get a team to the finals. If you get to the finals, you have a one in you make $150. So you put in 250 and you you put in 250, you get 400 back. So you get almost 1.5 times your total entry fee back, and you get to play for $30,000. And it's a 225 seat final, I believe. So it's not a small final, but it's a decent size. Like it's not a gigantic final either. Like I think it's, and then it is a little top heavy. Like I will admit that, but you get $400. Like it's top heavy for the big money, but like getting more than your money back for finals is fantastic. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna struggle to fill this. Um, I don't know. I mean, we're still at 6. And by the way, for those of you who don't play over here on Drafters, I have a promo code. If you are new to Drafters, you can sign up and use promo code WHO, capital H, 2 little O's, for a 100% deposit match for up to $100 on Drafters. That is a really good deal. That is free money. They are almost definitely going to overlay the main. The main event right now it's a month away and it still has almost 90, it's like 88,000 spots still left. Like there is, last year they ran a crazy amount of promos in the last month. So if you're not on Drafters and you do want to chase a little overlay, I get it. Total points, you may not like it as much as other contests, but total points is fine. And it's a different thought, but like there will be overlay almost for sure. We are in round 17 in my Superflex. People will wait and queue up after they're done. All right, yeah. Say something in that chat, and we will do that. Yeah, so yeah, I could have swore I think I was going to take the Anthony Richardson over on passing yards, and I scrolled down and I seen the Adonai Mitchell 15.5 receiving yards, and he's had a lot of buzz, so I kind of like that bet. Um, And I bet the Martinez at 23.5, and it's at 27, or it was earlier today. And apparently they kind of like after that, they kind of talked about it that he might get a little more play. I'm going to guess that that number is even higher right now. I'm going to go look. Okay, because I'm curious. We need 5 more. Also, for those of you who play Spoiled Banana Society, I I did a draft on there earlier today, and I actually hit a jackpot draft, so that was kind of cool. Then, not sure how it turned out, but we got there. We did the thing. We drafted the team. So Adonai Mitchell is up to 17.5 yards. The Seattle, we have Damian Martinez. They took away the rushing line. You can't get the rushing line anymore. Jack Besh over 13.5 yards. That's probably 2 receptions. Jalen Milrow, 98 passing or 28.5 rushing. That seems interesting. So, but yeah, I while we're waiting on that, we're going to go to some completed drafts and look through them. So in this tournament earlier today, we'll go ahead and name this one. Yeah, they are scared. I would be too, though. Some of us know ball, and a lot of people are scared of people who know ball. So the one I did right before this, I got Lamar, Jordan Love, Bijan, David Montgomery. It's like back-to-back David Montgomery drafts, which is really weird. Ramondre, Tootin, Braylon Allen, and Taj Brooks. Kind of the same exact style of rooms I've been building. And then T. Higgins got Xavier Worthy back at 47. JMO, Matthew Golden didn't go high here. Then Jaden Higgins fell all the way back to 95. And then I took Mooney. I had Savion for some flavor. Tight end is a little weak, but it's fine. Like I really like the way this wide receiver room. Like this is a high upside wide receiver room. Like there could be some weeks it doesn't do well, but the ceiling of every week is insane. Like the Mooney stuff, like I'm not that worried. Like for if he misses more than 2 weeks, I think it's a bad price. But I think he's fine where he goes, especially on underdog and total points. It does matter a little more. But yeah, I hadn't been taking much Tootin lately. He fell a little bit. I've been pulling Braylon Allen way up. Supposedly there was some kind of cryptic tweet by Brees Hall. Don't know anything more than that. So the other draft, I did this one really early in the morning. We got Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Achane, Brian Robinson, Jaden Blue. You know, I pulled him up. Then he gets hurt. That's been the story of this camp. Every time I finally capitulate to somebody that I was kind of out on, they get hurt. Yeah, that I'm doing the same thing. I just took him in a slow, actually, kind of like that. Was it this Dalmatian? No, it was one of these Dalmatian or Bulldogs. Wasn't that one? Here we go. I think this is the one I screwed up though. Oh no, this one's actually pretty fire. But we need 4 more for a drafter superflex. We got Jade Daniels, Drake May, Derrick Henry. This is the one that I got a fall on Derrick Henry. I'm leveraging a little bit. RJ Harvey, Tank Bigsby, I pulled him up. Rashad White and Taj Brooks pulled him up. And then I got the double stack before the Stafford news. Calvin Ridley, Golden, Trey Harris before the news, and then a double Carolina here with Thielen at 186, and then that's fine. So I'm just going to add an. I'm probably just going to ride with that RB room and just add an 8th wide receiver here. I don't like the Trey Harris stuff. Feels really bad now. The I'm still not like. It sounds like the Rams are pretty optimistic that Stafford's going to be playing. Based on stuff I read today. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt's still on this board. Like, he's a better pick in slows, but like Bulldog, I don't think he's as good of a pick. So what do you guys think about this team? This is the one I got. It's a Bulldog, and I got Garrett Wilson to fall to 35. But it is Baker, Justin Fields, Genty, Kamara, Pollard. And then thin at wide receiver. Malik Neighbors, Garrett Wilson, Mike Evans, Steph Diggs, and then Colston Loveland. But we're at that point to where all the wide receivers suck. And if I take Ferguson, like this feels fine enough to like maybe get you through and then take some spike week guys. So we could take Ferguson here. We could take Ramondre. I don't know if I like Ramondre on this team, but I kind of feel like I take Ferguson or Goddard with my first pick, probably Ferguson. And then with the second pick, I don't love any of these wide receivers. I could just pull Keenan up. We are waiting on 2, by the way. We could pull Keenan up. We could take a rare share of Marvin Mims, but it's a high dollar contest. I don't really want to do that. But like we could just take a Ramondre share, which I'm reasonably comfortable with. Like I think the right move might be to take. What do you think? Take Ramondre first, and then just take whichever one of these 2 tight ends are left, or should I take the tight end I want more? And then take one of these guys. Like, I think that Ramondre is significantly better than the rest of those guys. So I do think that that's probably the right move. And actually, if I take Ramondre, that opens me up for the late rookies, like completely. So I do think that's the move, actually. Yeah, I think we're just going to go ahead and lock that in. I think I talked myself into that. We'll go ahead and lock that in. We'll take one of those 2 tight ends, assuming that the guy who took Tyler Warren doesn't go 3 tight ends right now. I think we're good. And I do think that those 3 wide receivers, as Hulk just said, like Neighbors, Wilson, Evans, Diggs, like that should be strong enough to make it like for a while. And like I should be able to get like at the next turn at least a Josh Palmer, a DeMario, a Dobbs. Even if QJ falls, I'm not completely out on QJ yet. I probably wouldn't take him here, but a Wandale would be perfect for this team kind of thing. As long as I get one of those guys, I could just smash it with volume. We are live. We have finally vamped long enough. We got the 102. We got Steve at the 105. We got Broad at the 9. The 2 people who were asking early in the chat if they could come in, if we could do it at the beginning of the stream. Carp, I don't see Carp in here unless I'm not familiar with your name. If you are in here, I think Rick M is part of the community. Shout out everybody who's here. And also, if you are in here, smash that button. But also, smash the like for me. And if you're new to the channel and you like it, hit that sub for me. We are trying to get to 300 by the end of the weekend. Hopefully, I don't think it'll happen, but it might. it definitely could happen. I had hey, we're what pick are you, sir? We will take Lamar. Rick, there he is. There he is, coming out of hiding. Gonna say Rick Cruz, Rick Cruiser. Okay, so he's Mountain Mutombo. Oh, I like that. I like that. So, question for you, Mr. Mutombo, Mount Mutombo, and I'll get to RM Covers question in a second. This is one of the random things I know. So, do you know, number one, do you know who leads the NBA all time in blocks? And number two, do you know how many more blocks number one has than two? I will give you a hint. The number two is Mutombo, I believe. I think Mutombo is number two. I'm pretty sure. Ask that in chat for anybody. Does anybody have an idea? That's a pretty wild thing. My favorite player of all time, the Dream. He that was my team, was the Rockets. The other question is how many like I found this out by accident to look it up. I was like, I bet it was pretty close. It was not close. So type in chat what you think the difference between NBA block. Like, don't look it up. If you looked it up, don't type. But if you want to just take a guess, just take a guess at how many more blocks Hakeem Olajuwon had in his career than the number two overall. And I will say, I believe the number two overall was 2,400. I'm going to look it up in his career. No, so all time, Mutombo was 3,289. So, yeah, Dikembe Mutombo was 3,289. 1,346 is best ball on calls, random number guess. 450 is covers guess. I will, after my next two picks, or it kind of sounds like everybody who's going to guess would have guessed by now. He had 3,830 blocks. Yeah, so it was basically 550 plus blocks more. Yeah, and he was an absolute animal. And I mean, Dikembe played for a long time, and Kareem had 3,189, but he had 300 or 550 additional blocks from number two. That is a lot of blocks. Like, that's multiple seasons worth of blocks. Like, what does Anthony Davis get in a year, or was he getting when he was really good? Like, I don't watch basketball anymore. I used to watch basketball a long time ago. Why would I type up Anthony Davis and it brings up stats? His blocks not listed. Why would blocks not be listed? So 180-ish blocks. So that's like 3 seasons worth of blocks, basically. Brooke Lopez is the active leader at 2,060. To put it in context, yeah, it is a different game now, though. People don't go to the paint as much, so like it's kind of like you can't compare eras in any sport on anything, really. But yeah, all the wide receivers go, huh? I'm going to take Drake here. I don't know how long Wemby can play, but anyway, we're going to go back up to covers. Do you think the Judkins case will get pushed to 2026? I'm uncertain enough about it that I think that I want to click him at his current ADP at like a 4% rate. Like I don't want to be overweighted. I Yeah, I don't know. Like it and we're gonna go ahead and go Bo Nix. So yeah, it's one of those things, it could happen. The biggest problem about it is, so like there hasn't been like an official, so based on what I read today, there hasn't been an official thing filed yet. And there's like a weird thing with like a 90-day rule that used to exist, that doesn't exist, or didn't exist and does now. Like there's a lot of weird things going on with it since it happened in Florida. And I mean, I would recommend you go do your own research on it because I'm not a lawyer. Uh, but it kind of feels like there's a small chance that it does. And if it does get pushed, like he's still gonna miss training camp and all that. But the other thing is if it gets pushed, he could just go on the exempt list for the entire time. Like I it's a very interesting situation. Like they could just put him on the exempt list as soon as he signs because they pushed the court date. Like we don't know what they're planning on doing at all. But I think it's one of those things that like if he ends up playing this season, getting him at pick 140 feels like something that will just massively assist you in winning a best ball league. So I'm not gonna. I don't like it. So basically, the way I'm gonna play it is if I feel like I've drafted a team that doesn't feel great and needs some RB help, I'm probably gonna take him as a home run swing at a low rate to try to get back a team. Like if I went heavy wide receiver and everybody I like the Ramondres and like Braylon Allen goes ahead of him and Tajay Spears is now ahead of everybody. All those guys are gone. I might start taking swings on him on rooms that might need a guy to absolutely explode. I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't know that that's the right way to play it, but to me, that's how I'm personally going to play it. For underdog, like for drafters, it's the same thing. Like if there is this weird world to where he just plays the whole season, he might miss 6 games, he might miss 2 games, he might get put on the exempt list and play 0. Like we have no idea. And so that's how you've been playing it as well. Yeah, I think that or also, if I have let's say that I have a Bijan Josh Jacobs team or a Bijan Bucky Irving team or something. If I haven't taken an RB and he falls 10 spots, like he doesn't hurt that team. Like all you need at that point is contingent upside plays, right? So why would you not T. Higgins is a massive tier break here. And I like all 3 of these guys. I do think that Hampton should fall a little with the Rashawn Slater news, by the way. I do think that is something that needs to happen is Omari and Hampton should probably fall a little bit with that news. I'm just out on him. Best case is timeshare. And worst case in the league, and coaches think, yeah. To be honest, like there are a lot of situations this offseason that how you play it is going to partially, like it absolutely could define your entire season. But like a lot of them are also thinner. Like this one is a thin bet. Like I wouldn't want to be the guy out there with 40% Judkins at this price. Somebody's out there with 40% Judkins right now. Like I'm trying to hit it big. this is the weight I hit, and that it's not a it's a very risky position, but it's not like an like a position that has a 0% chance to hit either. Like if it hits really big. But like yeah, it could be a leak, but I think Browns are well. So I don't know who all watched the round 2 to 3 Josh and Hayden thing that came out a couple days ago, but I kind of agree. Like the whole you want to avoid the bottom 3 offenses or bottom 5 offenses. If you can pinpoint what offense is going to be the absolute worst this season, and just pretty much completely avoid them unless you get like a little bit of like some ADP value. Like that's probably the best case. I thought the Browns offense might be a little better this year with Flacco and Judkins, but like the Judkins thing to me really hurts them. And apparently their offense looks like all the beat reporters are saying that the Browns, the the Browns, the Saints, and the Jets look very bad. I think is what they were saying. I think it was the Browns, Jets, and Saints. Like the Saints for sure. Like they're so kind of out on those. I I've been kind of like a little out on this Olave thing. I'm kind of playing it the same way I'm playing the Bills, where I'm just taking the wide receiver 2 over the wide receiver 1. I kind of like. I've always liked the Keon Coleman price over the Shakir price. I've always liked. The Ravens were the same way until Zay Flowers went to the 5th round. Like I'm up for like I think that Zay Flowers is the way to play it now. Before, I thought Bateman was the way to play it, and Andrews. Uh, so like with Shaheed going 4 rounds later, and also being the better spike week player for best ball, like I've been in on like I've got 9.9% I think it was on Shaheed, and I've got like 5% on Olave. I just think there's a chance that like Shaheed can just get a broken play and absolutely cook a lot easier than Olave. I feel like Olave is more of a high volume play. Uh, and if that offense gets to where they're running a good offense, I think that he could be a very good pick. But if they don't look like a real team at this point, like yes, they still got a month. But if they don't look like a real team right now, like it's a pretty thin bet. Yeah, right now seems like a great time to do 0 RB things before things clear up. Browns, RBs, Texans. Yeah, like I missed the Tank Bigsby early stuff. Like I thought that Bigsby would be the one left out. Um, all right. After just talking bad about all of those Saints, I do like the Kamara bet because of that. Like a really bad offense and bad quarterbacks tend to check down to the running back and tight ends a lot. So I do actually kind of want to make sure I'm at field with Kamara. Um, there we go. Yeah. So I got Matt Stafford earlier today. I got a team on here to where I got Matt Stafford at pick 99 today. The team like Stat ATL was in the draft, and he had Jaden Daniels. No, I was at the 4. He had Jaden Daniels and only Jaden Daniels. He didn't take another quarterback, and he passed on Stafford. Stafford and Darnold were available to him at 94. He passed on both of them. Darnold goes, and then he passed on Stafford at 99. So I got him at 100, and he didn't take any other quarterbacks. He only took Jaden Daniels. Maybe like I know he's a big like he looks into stats and stuff, but based on the stuff that Steve and I were talking about whenever we did our stream last week, I don't think that's the move. I I think you need to have the ability to flex a quarterback. Like if Jaden Daniels will have bad weeks, yeah, that seems absolutely suboptimal. Like you got he had the absolute gimme of the free quarterback. Like I will say this: the round 8 pick I made, if it was only Darnold and like if it was only Darnold or only Stafford available, I would have absolutely taken it to make sure that player didn't get a second quarterback. But since both of them were there, I couldn't do that. So I passed him and I just got one back because he didn't want one. So it didn't matter. Like we both would have been fine. Uh like yes, his skill positions are awesome and he will score a lot of points at skill positions. But if you do that, why would you not in round 17 through 20 just take like 4 random quarterbacks to try to hit the nuts? Like, is Adonai Mitchell going to be like outscoring a team that was built in the Badge Bros? You know, like no, he's not. Not like maybe once at most. 20% Olave, 11% Shaheed. I mean, that's a lot of Olave. I've not seen a lot. Like AP, you only do drafters, correct? If I remember right. I got Stafford in 200s in a regular one. Yeah, they are. And the report came out today said that they do expect him to be at practice sometime soon. My Twitter, yeah, that's so bad. I'm heavy on every single Charger. Like literally every bit of news that's happening this offseason is negative towards what I have. That's what it was. Yeah. Stafford plans to practice Monday. That's what it was. Um, yeah, so that is gigantic news. Like huge news. Like I had an underdog, I have 14% Lad McConkey and Justin Herbert. I had like 9% Quentin Johnston. I have like 8%, like I have 19% Omari and Hampton. So that sucks. That sucks a lot. All right, so we have Lamar, we have him. We got two like right here. Um Ricky Pearsall has also been absolutely cooking everywhere. Um we'll take Igbuka here. I kept getting Puka Amon yesterday. I was hoping to land some of that. I kept getting 11 and 12 spots, and everybody in my rooms wasn't scared. Um, so pick 111. I'm just going to go ahead and lock up Andrews here, get my stack. I think that Andrews is the best stack with him. I was spamming Keenan leading up to the signing. I thought, well, my fear, the reason I wasn't doing it is because, in my opinion, if he didn't end up there, he was going to retire. That's what he said months ago. Like he said that back in February, and yeah, the his publicist said something like he's just kind of waiting, but Keenan himself hadn't said anything else. Yeah, and I had 7% at that point. Like I wasn't not taking him. I would fit him in on teams that just had an extra pick at the end every once in a while. So like I wasn't out on him. I just think that was a horrible thing for Lad McConkey, or not for McConkey, for Trey Harris specifically. Uh, for Justin Herbert, that's a great thing. Um, yeah, the Rashawn Slater thing is kind of like that. That's scary. One of the reasons I've been so bullish on Hampton is because of how good that O line is. So Hampton bags are absolutely in pain. Yeah, I was using like Wandale and Pop Douglas for Rice Addison, and like a lot of those teams, I would tack on Keenan. Uh, yeah, Trey Harris. I didn't like Trey Harris as a prospect. Steve convinced me. Steve and like one other guy convinced me that. Well, like mainly he landed on the team that I was very bullish on for this upcoming season in the Chargers. If Trey Harris would have landed on, I don't know, if he would have landed on Kansas City, I wouldn't be drafting him. Uh, if Trey Harris would have landed on the Browns, I would probably be out. If he landed on the Bills, I'd be out. Uh, if he landed on the Rams, I'd be out, kind of thing. Like I wasn't a big fan of his prospect profile, so and I'm probably wrong, but I ended up getting him up to like 7%, but that's with 14% uh, Herbert. So like I wasn't pushing him. I was taking him some to set up double stacks because and Keenan could still get hurt and Trey Harris could still smash. Or QJ could get hurt and Trey Harris could smash the back half of the season. Like those are still viable outcomes. I like this name, Magic Sports Guy. Magic Sports Guy. Good luck, sir. Hey, if you're just popping in, if you're not familiar with what this is Drafters. It is total points. And if you are not signed up on Drafters, you can sign up on Drafters using promo code WHO, H capital, 2 O's, lowercase, for a 100% deposit match for up to $100. If you sign up with Drafters, I would appreciate it. It would help a guy out for sure. And also, if you enjoy the content, I do content on 4 different sites right now. It's been a while since I've done some DK. I think DK week is next week. I might do a thing or two over there that week. I don't have any partner deal. Like I don't have any deals. All I have is a promo code for this site. No deals in place. So I get to do whatever I want. And it feels good. Feels really good. We're going to J.K. Dobbins goes. It's like a major promo week. It's not DK week. It's called Bestball week, I think. They had like a minor one a couple weeks ago, like a month ago. I think they had one, and they ran a promo every day. Like one of them was you do 3 mains and you get one for free. So it was buy 3 get 1 for free. You could do that 3 times. So if you done 9, you got 3, I believe is how it worked out. We'll take Mooney. Yeah. I think they said they're going to have something else like that. I think it might start on the 17th or something. I'm going to buy any dip we get on Hampton. It's still a first rounder. Hard, great. Yeah, like I would love to be clicking him at the 3-4 turn again, instead of in the middle of the third. Right. I don't think he's going to fall that much. I think what we're going to see is with all the news, I think we're going to see Ladd McConkey drop to the 1-2 turn or the 2-3 turn. I think because there's already a bunch of people who like. So McConkey hasn't practiced this week. I don't believe. But McConkey's always like kind of hurt, but then he plays through it and he crushes. He was hurt all the time at Georgia. That's why his prospect profile didn't have a whole lot of like production in it. And he also had to contend with Brock Bowers. So like I think it's pretty defensible. But I think we do see Ladd drop now. I personally don't think I want to drop Ladd. Like the Keenan Allen plus the Slater stuff plus the injury stuff, I do think we're going to see Ladd drop. We might see T. Higgins jump ahead of him and maybe the RBs. AJ Brown will definitely start being like the pick ahead of him every time. I will probably do that. I've been AJ Brown after Ladd this entire offseason. On drafters, I'm still taking Ladd because it's full PPR. But yeah, I'm definitely going to still take him. But 14% doesn't feel like the best place, but they're like I still trust Herbert. Like their offensive line is still going to be okay. Right? Like it's not going to be completely toast. I hope. If it is toast, I'm probably toast. So let's hope that doesn't happen for me. We have any okay, so yeah, Jaden Blue walking off the field under his own power. That's good. I mean, are you guys how far are the people in the chat gonna let Ladd drop? I'm underweight, Ladd. I might turn it. Yeah. Okay. That's got like so what's weird is in my pre-draft stuff, man, 6 spot, look at him go. CeeDee Lamb, Nico, Jonathan Taylor, Tyreek, Marvin Harrison. Yeah. I'm probably just going to scoop more Ladd. Like I'm already very well invested into him. I'm not going to like, so whenever I did my very, very first rankings back in January, I actually had T. Higgins above Ladd at that point, and I had them both at about 13, 14. And you would think I'd have a bigger bag of T. Higgins than Ladd, but like the more I looked into it, the more I actually kind of started to like Ladd a little more. We'll take the Marvin Mims stack. I don't love it, but we do have Bo Nix. Mims will probably have some big spike weeks, and spike weeks matter a ton on drafters. So we will do that. RBs. We got Jacobs, Kamara, and Warren. I mean, that's a pretty big fall on Brandon Ayuk. I think I just take my second tight end here. I didn't love anything there for anybody who's taking him over Tyreek and Higgins still. Yeah, I do some pull T Higgins up to the 1-2 turn stuff here and there. Like I think that's something that I want in my portfolio is to have some T Higgins on the right side of the board because he is absolutely a spike week guy and he could be the guy that helps you get through and doing that's going to give you unique pairings. And I think that he is definitely worth that pick. Like he definitely could be worth that pick. I'm not going to do it all the time, but I do it like about once every 40 drafts or so. Like I will pull T Higgins over there to get a little unique. Um, I still think Ladd is the better pick. I still like Ladd over like uh, Josh Jacobs and definitely Bucky Irving. Um, the Tristan Wirfs stuff with Bucky Irving does feel a little bad. All these O linemen getting hurt doesn't feel great. So yeah, I don't think I'm really gonna move Ladd. Like I think he will fall, but I think he's gonna fall because the people who didn't like him are gonna use it as a reason to stop taking him completely. Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen is the RBs are gonna get pushed up. Like I could see Chase Brown going up all the way up there. I could see like Josh Jacobs. Yeah, I do those same things. And like you have to pull Evans. Like I've only done it once, but doing the Tyreek Hill pull up Mike Evans thing, like it's the only way you're going to get it in current like in BBM. I would recommend not to do that because Tyreek Hill started at the 3-4 turn, right? So some of those teams already exist. Yes, you have different information. So you are still going to be unique because you're going to have better information at the end of the draft than they did. But you also have to fight them on J.K. Dobbins and stuff, who was going at 180 at the time as well. So like in like the MMG, I like doing stuff like that. And in drafters, unique combos matter a lot more, in your opinion. I don't think unique combos matter in drafters at all. What matters in drafters is just picking the best player. Like just picking the absolute best player because points is all that matters. On underdog, it's the unique combos help you get through help you get through the playoff grid, right? So you don't need just the best picks. You need the best picks for those weeks and a team that gets you to those weeks. So I actually think that uniqueness is a lot better on underdog and the playoff formats, in my opinion. Um, this feels like a Romeo Dobbs team. That's true. A lot of rosters already dead based on draft position. Yeah, right. Um, yeah, I think that like there will be some draft positions that like just have an advantage on drafters. At like in Superflex, a lot more wild things happen. So I don't think it might be tethered to the top four. Um, but if it's not one of the top four positions, it could literally be any position because of the randomness. But to the main, it will most likely be tethered to like a 2 or 3 draft pick gap. Um, I kind of want. I think we were talking about it earlier. I think this is a team where I just take the shot. Like I have Jacobs, I have Kamara, I have Jalen Warren. I'm gonna get somebody else that can get some floor just because I have to get through week 5. But Judkins, if he misses 6 games at pick 170, might be worth it. I don't like at this point, like if he does start 12 games, he'll give me 4 or 5 weeks, which is fine. Hopefully they're big weeks because he is a very talented player. Like nobody's talking about like him being a bad player. That is not the case. Higgins Henry. Yeah, I have a single Higgins Henry team. Uh I didn't like the way it turned out though. Uh, I'll bring it up on Best Ball Overlay. Actually, I did that specifically because I think that could be like the absolute nuts for week 15. For week 15 because they play each other. Um, I'm bringing it up right now. Whoops, not Jaden Higgins. And then Henry. All right. So it was a puppy 2 team. I did it. We got Jaden Daniels, Joe Burrow. So we got the Joe Burrow on that side too. Derrick Henry, Brian Robinson, Scadaboo, Davis, Sanders, and Cook. So we're not cooked there. Higgins, McLaurin with a stack, Adunze, Diggs, Bateman, Besh, Yoshivas. Like the Besh pick doesn't feel great. I don't know. This seems fine. It's not like super strong, but it's got the Jaden Terry thing. It's got the bring back there. It's for week 17. It doesn't have any Cardinals on it. I don't really. So I think you possibly Jaden there if you do that since you're playing it. Oh, you don't take him. Yeah, but like I agree and I disagree. Like how many Jaden Daniels, Joe Burrow teams are going to be out there? Like that is an incredibly unique team. Jaden and Joe Burrow with T. Higgins and McLaurin. Like how many options are out there with that at all? Like that combination is going to be extremely extremely rare. And like you could do that without the Derrick Henry in the first. Like you could do that with a Nico Collins team pretty easily. Like right now with today's ADP, you can go Nico Collins, pull up T. Higgins, and 50% of the time you're going to get Joe Burrow back. And you could always get Jaden Daniels in the third. Terry's almost always still there, right? Um, I don't know how I feel about this team. I definitely need some help here at RB. We're going to hope that Miles Sanders plays. Um, yeah, we're definitely. I think we're going to take another RB. I feel pretty okay about these wide receivers: London, Higgins, Egbuka, Mooney, Mims, Dobbs. I feel okay because my goal is to flex a quarterback every week. And then we'll take Giddens. Uh, hey, welcome or have a great day, AP. Thanks for popping in and enjoy the games tonight. JD/JB is so likely the nuts week 15 to 17. I mean, it absolutely could be, right? Like it's I I think I like the part I don't like about it is I kind of have a fade, like a minor fade position on Henry, and I had to take Derrick Henry in round one to get that. But I think if I start doing that more often, if I do enough, like if I get a back half, like a pick 7 or something BBM or pick 9 BBM or something, I'm probably going to do that exact thing. I'm probably going to take the best receiver available, then bring up T. Higgins, and then take Jaden Daniels, then take McLaurin, then take Joe Burrow, and just ride with it. I think that that's a really unique and a very strong thing. Like, yes, it's a lot of capital at quarterback, but that's a lot of points at quarterback. That is a lot of points at quarterback. Like, you definitely stop at 2 quarterbacks, right? Like, it opens up everything. And I think, like, in this rookie running back class, like, we're looking for upside swings, right? Supposedly one of the best rookie RB classes we've ever had. So, like, I mean, I've like you could do it with Lamar as well, but like you do that with Lamar on the other side of the board. The thing is about uniqueness, right? Like because Jaden Daniels with Joe Burrow is going to be very like it's the double elite thing. Like I think you're going to see a lot more Lamar with Joe Burrow than you will Jaden Daniels with Joe Burrow, which also means you're going to see a lot more uh, T. Higgins with Lamar, right? Because they have a week like so Cincinnati and Washington don't play each other in the postseason. So some people do focus on week 15, 16 stuff as well. So it's unique because nobody would ever do it for playoff correlation, and it's also not something that comes naturally in the ADPs. So I think that is something like I'm not going to devote a lot to it, but I'm 100% up for doing a team or two like that. And I'll probably do a team like that in the MMG at some point. I kind of think it's smart. Of course, it's like one of the only times Janu goes. Um, when in doubt, I mean, screw it. We got Aaron Rodgers. We'll take Calvin Austin. So usually these tight ends are gone. But I think I just need to make sure I get another running back here. We'll take Keaton Mitchell for the Lamar stuff. And I'll probably, I don't know, like there's a question is Mark Andrews and Jake Ferguson enough? I feel like ping ponging weeks at tight end matter a ton. And they still can hit your flex, like it's still possible. I think if JT Sanders is available, I take him. Otherwise, I go with a wide receiver. Yeah, I'm not trying to talk you guys into doing that, but I just think that like I wanted to do that because I wanted a week. I just wanted a single T. Higgins, Derrick Henry team because it's probably one of like four in existence, on any site. It's incredible. Like it might exist a lot on DK because wild things happen on DK, right? But on Underdog, I'm going to assume that it is very, very, very unique. And I do like the pulling T. Higgins over to that side because of the Burrow thing. But I don't think that a lot of those teams are going to also, like, if they take Burrow, are also going to be willing to take Jaden Daniels and McLaurin, right? So, and to be honest with you, it might be good to do that, like to try it from the 7 hole, or if you get like a CMC fall, like I think starting Hero RB with that build is the way to do it. Like if you could get a CMC, and I don't know, like we're starting to see Jaden Daniels fall back to the 4 or 5 turn every once in a while, so who knows, right? You're just not going to get Terry McLaurin with that, right? So like, but I could see you from the 6 spot getting Jahmyr Gibbs, pulling T. Higgins up there, just taking Jaden Daniels ahead of everybody. And then there's a decent, like, it's like a 50% chance you get McLaurin back, right? And if you like, it feels bad if you don't get McLaurin back there, if that was your goal. But if you do get him back, like Joe Burrow, as long as the one hole is going to assume that the T. Higgins drafter has a quarterback, they're going to push every time. If they're somebody trying to make elite combos, they're going to push every time, right? So, like, that's what I would do. I would say, oh, he's already got a quarterback. He won't take a second. He's probably not taking a second one. So you're going to have a free chance at Joe Burrow in the sixth, usually. Uh, so you could just take him in the fifth too, like just to secure it to make sure. But I think you would go ahead and push him and try to take him in the middle of the sixth instead, and get an RB. Like if you went wide receiver in the first round, you take an RB there. If you went running back in the first round, you take one of those wide receivers there, like a Travis Hunter. Like I think those teams look like feel good. Like, and with the 3 quarterback meta, this gets you out of the 3 quarterback meta. Yes, you spend more capital at it, but it gets you unique through that. And you probably have a wild playoff schedule as well, because those two, the Commanders and Bengals, both have awesome playoff schedules. Sad days, weekly winners filled. I got to 22 of them. I was hoping to get 25 to 30. I'm not that upset about it. I do. I I have a hard time not taking this guy. We're gonna just take him if he's there. Io Manor had a nasty route that everyone and their dog was posting about on Twitter today, about the defender falling down and how awesome it was. Congratulations to him is all I'm going to say. Yep. So we will go Turpin here. So the team is a 3-7-8-2. We got Lamar Jackson, Bo Nix, Aaron Rodgers. Running backs: Josh Jacobs, Alvin Kamara, Jalen Warren, Judkins for the major swing. Miles Sanders, Giddens, and Keaton Mitchell. Wide receivers: Drake London, T. Higgins, Egbuka, Mooney, Mims, Dobbs, Calvin Austin, and Cavante Turpin. Tight ends: Andrews and Ferguson. Not my strongest team, but it's fine. And it looks like my browser's lagging. We'll go through all the teams real quick. Rick. Yeah, it's like he finally done something. The defender got off balance and fell over. His route was fine. But number one, I don't know who the corner was. It might have been like a fifth string guy. Like, who knows? So Rick gets Jalen Hurts, Tua, Anthony Richardson. I like that combination. Kyron Pacheco, Pollard, Eckler, Marks, Hill. Better RB room than mine. Wide receivers: Amon-Ra, the double stack, Godwin, Ayuk. I like Ayuk there. That's a good pick. I almost took Ayuk. Darius Slayton, Adonai Mitchell, Kraft, Strange, and Theo. I like his team better than mine. We got Steve. He got Baker Mayfield, Drake May, Michael Penix, Kirk Cousins, Hampton, Connor, Caleb Johnson, Montgomery, Taj Brooks, and Mostert. Jamar Chase, George Pickens, Keon Coleman. I like the 2 stud receivers and then push and to hope to hit. Like I love doing this in this contest. That's kind of what I tried, but I feel like I didn't get enough firepower. Keon Coleman, Burden, Tillman, Thielen, Lockett, and Boutte. And then Tyler Warren, Hunter Henry. I like it. Brought got his Joe Flacco down here at 136. That's such a good pick. And Spencer Rattler, who's probably starting at the beginning of the season. Justin Fields, Jared Goff, Joe Flacco, Spencer Rattler. That's an awesome room. Gibbs, Swift, Scadaboo, Stevenson, Braylon Allen, Jarquez Hunter. Yeah, that's awesome. Neighbors, JSN, JMO, Juwan, Higgins, Alec Pierce, DeAndre Hopkins, Jalen Knoll, Laporta, and Jonnu. Yeah, I like that team. I like all 3 of those teams better than mine. And BK Carp, it's been a while since you've said anything. I think your name is Carp. I can't remember. 4673. He goes Kyler, Jordan Love, Stroud, and Russell Wilson. That's all. He's flexing quarterback. Probably going to be a weaker here, but he's very strong there. So BGKG Brip. Okay. No wonder I couldn't remember that. So, I mean, I know the name. Like, I'm just going to call you 3. Uh, hope you don't mind. All right, so 3's team. We got Kenneth Walker, Brian Robinson, Najee Harris, Rico Dowdle, Ty Johnson, Emmanuel Wilson, Puka, Xavier Worthy, Travis Hunter, Rashad Bateman, Christian Kirk, Jalen McMillan, Keenan Allen. Yeah, that's a strong. Like, so you are weaker here. Not as weak as Najee's eyesight, but still pretty weak. Yeah, that's a good wide receiver room. Tight ends, it's full PPR here. So Evan Ingram is a smash. Pat Fryermuth and Dalton Schultz. So, yeah, it's another good team. A lot of capital at quarterback. The capital at quarterback on drafters, I do think you want less capital at quarterback than you do on underdog. If you're like, it is a different format for sure. It's rough. Sounds like the service dogs he makes. But anyway, I'm going to head out. I'm going to fire up my grill. I'm going to start up the game. I'm going to cook some pork chops. I'm going to cook some spare ribs. I'm also going to cook some smoked sausage, make food for the weekend for my work, or for me at work. Get a chill, watch the game. Once I've ate, I'm going to lay back, draft some MMGs. There are 3 games on tonight. Indy, Baltimore. So the game most interested in is the poll, 34 votes. Indy, Baltimore, 53%. Cincinnati, Philly, 21%. And LV, Seattle at 26%. I personally am most interested in seeing Damian Martinez play. They play the late game. I don't know how I'm going to watch these games, but I'm definitely going to figure out a way. 2 of them start here in 13 minutes, and then the other one starts later. So enjoy the games, everybody. I will be back on Sunday night at 7 p.m. Previous Bestball champion Felix Castro will be on my stream. He won a DK Millie. We're going to draft a BBM, maybe a Husky. I don't know. I'll ask him which one he wants to do. But he's a super chill dude. We will definitely be promoting his channel there. He does his own rankings. I think he finally said that he's not so he's been super loyal to Najee Harris because Najee Harris is the one that got him the touchdown to win him the DK Millie. I believe earlier today he said something about I'm going to look at it real quick. I'm pretty positive he said that he's out on Najee now. Yeah, so Felix Castro, he's been like 40% or something crazy Najee every season since that. He says, I'm out on Najee if he's there in the 20th. His eye does not look good. This is one of the most loyal Najee truthers in the entire best ball market. But he's also got a big bag of them already, which plays into like how much more risk do you want to take kind of thing. So we will definitely be talking about that. I'm sure it'll be a hot topic. But I will see everybody. I may do a pop-up stream on Saturday night, depending on what happens. Probably not. I'll probably be watching preseason. But I'll see everybody Sunday. Have a great night. Enjoy the games. Peace.